I've interviewed hundreds of women on the She Built It podcast and know what makes a great interview and makes my guests sound their best and shine like the experts that they are. Hi, I'm Melanie Barr. Welcome to the She Built It experience with Melanie. You're here because you want to experience the life and business that you crave. Join me as I talk to women who have successfully built it, a career and business that they love. We dive into the topic of how they built it and talk about everything from having the courage to make career leaps to the details of how to lead effectively, create successful teams, implement strategies for growth, and infuse tech innovation. Magic happens when we focus on the part of ourselves and our business that brings us joy. So let's dive in. Hello. If you are new to the podcast, it's nice to meet you. I'm Melanie Barr, the solo host of the She Built It podcast. I've produced and released a weekly show for over 5 years. And because of this, I've learned so much about podcasting along the way. And today I am going to share it with you. I've interviewed hundreds of women on the She Built It podcast and know what makes a great interview and makes my guests sound their best and shine like the experts that they are. Each week, I chat with entrepreneurs, corporate leaders, and optimists juggling work, families, and busy lifestyles from different career paths and industries. I've done a first-round edit of every episode. The quality of each episode is important to me, for my guests and for you as a listener. If you want to shine bright as a guest on your next podcast episode, stay with me. Find out where your clients and customers are living. What podcasts are they listening to, and what podcasts are the best for you to join as a guest? Selling is a transfer of enthusiasm. So if you show up where your clients are, excited about your products, and most importantly, how they can benefit clients and buyers and make their lives easier and better, the more willing they are to buy from you, and you will gain them as clients. Show up prepared. Research the podcast you will be on, the length of the show, the flow of the show, the usual questions that they ask. And if you are someone like me who likes to show up prepared and ready, that always takes the stress out of things for me. You can also ask your host if you can have the questions you will be asked ahead of time, not to memorize them. I've actually had that happen with a guest before early in my podcasting career, but to think through them before you join your host. If your episode will be fully edited, that takes some stress away. However, if it's live, show up prepared so you look and sound your best and like the expert that you are. Just like your mom used to say, or if she's anything like mine, she's still saying it, try not to say the words you know, kind of, like, or really. After listening to hundreds of episodes, I have put a strike through thousands of these words. Our average attention span today is 3 seconds? If I'm listening to a podcast and I hear the words more than I'm receiving the content, whether I'm listening just for entertainment or to gain knowledge, as someone with a busy lifestyle, they've already lost me. I've stopped listening and I'm on to my next thing. Not to mention, these words dramatically decrease credibility. If you've been a guest on my podcast, I do all I can to take them out because I know what you do is going to shine and be that much more powerful for you as a guest. As a listener, I also respect your time and know that you are busy and that your time is valuable. Share stories that take your listener on a journey and paint a picture in their minds. I've told this story on the podcast several times that early in my career, I would drive on the 405 freeway, stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic with the sounds of the city, looking at all of the tall commercial buildings looming over me and think, if I could have any client, who would they be? When I said that, did you see the traffic, hear the sounds of the city, and see the tall buildings looming? Sharing stories with detail takes you on a journey and makes your episode that much more exciting for your listeners. Be yourself. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be funny. It's okay to be honest. When you are yourself, that is when your light shines. I had a podcast guest say, when she started in a new career path, she tried to be and act how she thought she should and how others acted in her industry. The day she decided to be herself is when her company took off and clients started to come her way. When we're not ourselves, others can see it and listeners can tell. Be yourself and you will attract the right people and clients to you. Thank you for joining us today. I'd love to hear from you. Reach out to me at hello@shebuiltit.com on our She Built It website or at She Built It on social. Thank you to my editor, Rich Streffolino, who always makes us sound good. Until next time, let nothing stop you from experiencing the life and business that you crave.